Hi, this is Amy with the ULC Seminary, and I'd like to talk to you a little bit about spiritual counseling. I get a lot of people who ask me about how do I counsel others, how do I become a spiritual counselor, do you have any courses on it? As of right now, we don't have a specific course on it, but a lot of our courses do support teaching you about yourself, which is a very important essential element in learning how to help other people. Part of spiritual counseling, whether it's of a religious kind or just general spiritual kind, you're going to be using information about your own life and what you know of yourself. So the more you can learn about yourself, obviously the better you're going to be at being able to help other people. I'm just going to put in my 2 cents about what it means to be a spiritual counselor. You can do it pretty much all the time, anytime. You can have an opportunity. I have a lot of people who are counselors and who want to be counselors and who have a need and an interest in helping other people, and that's what being a minister is all about and being part of ULC is all about. Well, a couple of things. One of them, the first thing that should be obvious, is that when people talk to you, listen. It's very important to listen and to be an active listener. Listen to what they're saying. Listen to the words they use. Listen to their body language. Listen to how they say it, and look at them. Ask them questions. Also, and this is the other one, is part of that is to ask people. I had someone I was talking to saying, I said, well, people just tend to tell me things. And he says, is it just because you're an instructor? And I said, no, it's because I ask. And he says, that really works? It's like, yeah, that really works. I teach a karate class, as well as doing the ULC stuff. And I find, this is true with ULC stuff too, if I see somebody who is looking troubled or who just is looking uncomfortable, and this can be determined in any number of ways, just in their body language or their facial expression or agitation or anything, just to look at them and sincerely ask them, so what's going on? Oftentimes you can figure it out just by looking at them, by seeing what they're hiding, by looking at their eyes and seeing if there's trouble, if they're hurt, if they are angry, if they're sad. And then ask them sincerely, what's going on? Is everything okay? Sometimes, most of the time, people go, no, I'm fine, I'm fine. People always say that. People always say that they're fine because most people don't want to burden others with their troubles, or they're afraid of being judged. I see that a lot of times. People come in and maybe they have, I don't know, if they're teenagers especially need counseling. You can see that look if they're hungry for attention or they need acknowledgement or something. You can just ask and throw out some questions. If they don't want to talk about it, just say, so is it a work thing? And what's funny, if you've ever watched the show The Mentalist, one of the things that the main character does in the show is he throws out questions and he looks by the responses when he's gotten a hit. If he'll say, is it work? No, it's not work. Home life. And he waits to see for a judging their body reactions or looking around or something. And that's how you can tell, to say, well, one of the things I do is I'll either take a guess or I say things like, well, I know, gosh, school can be really rough. Or if you get a feeling it's home life, just say something like, boy, communication, sometimes it's really hard to have good communication with people. And that's kind of a vague topic. It covers a lot of things. Communication can be between spouse, between kids. Just say, well, is it something maybe between you and your spouse, or boy, teenagers are really rough, aren't they? Or being a parent can be very difficult, and if you give them a little chance to respond, chances are they'll come up with something. The important thing is to ask people with great interest. You have to be sincere in asking, and your sincerity has to be coming from a place of neutrality. Judging people is not going to help. I hear it from people of a variety of religions. I'm not going to pick on anyone in particular because where people are involved, there's going to be judgment. And people are so intent on spouting whatever their particular religious beliefs are, or non-religious or whatever, that they're not really listening to what the other person has to say. They're all ready to have their whole speech in front of them. They're going to quote something or spout something, and it's not really about the person's problems. It's more about what they want to tell them, not necessarily what the person wants to hear. And I don't mean avoiding hard truths. I mean, okay, I get it. You believe this. That's not what the problem is. The problem is maybe that they just need a safe place, or that they just need a validation. You just look at someone saying, "Wow, I can see that you're having a hard time. If you're doing a great job." Find something validating to say. That's a great place to start. People are more likely to share with you if they get the feeling from you that you're interested in helping and that you are not judging what their problem is. And letting them know that they're okay. Whatever they are, whoever they are, whatever they're doing, they're okay as people. Maybe what they're doing isn't great. Maybe it's not a good idea. That doesn't mean they're a bad person. It doesn't mean that they can't change their mind. Maybe they've lost their way. Maybe they need some assistance. Maybe they just need somebody to acknowledge that they're feeling hurt. And next time you talk to them, they're going to be more inclined to share with you. Just have to be careful to be aware of listening and not butting in, not forcing your opinion on people. Everybody does it. I know I have overstepped my boundaries, stepped over the line, and maybe shared too much or asked too many questions at times, or with an interest in helping. But nobody's perfect. But listen and give the other person room to grow. Give them room to make mistakes. Give them room to acknowledge what their problem is. If it's an interpersonal relationship and you want to work on your communication in your relationship, give the other person some space to grow. A lot of times people say, "Well, I'm working on this. Why don't they understand? And why am I being rejected? Why am I being insulted? Why is it about me?" And my feeling and my response to most things is, who says it's about you? As I've heard often, and I tell other people, most people are more about themselves rather than against you. They are for themselves. So oftentimes when things are feeling like someone else is just attacking you, look to see what's underneath that. That's a good part of the counseling too, is you look at someone going, well, they're doing this and they're doing this and they're doing this. What's underneath that? That's all petty stuff. What is underneath and motivating the petty behaviors? That's usually what the problem is. If you find that kids are just arguing with each other and you don't know why, and it looks petty and small and stupid, it probably is. What's underneath that? Are they angry about something? Are they feeling less than? Is someone hurting them at school? Are they looking for attention from a parent? What's going on? Usually it's feelings that are hurt. Most of the time when people behave badly or they're having problems that they need counseling about, it's usually somewhere that they're either hurt or angry. And even if they're angry, underneath that is hurt or fear. And the fear is usually of getting hurt. So take a look at that. Keep looking for what's underneath whatever the person's issue is. And that's probably the best way, that at least that I know of, to get to the answer and to feel better and to help someone else feel better. So my advice, in case you're interested, is to ask questions and listen for the responses. Respond to what they're saying, not just to what you want to tell them. That's my 2 cents, and I hope it helps you move forward in whatever you're working on, because you are cared about, you are loved, you are a good person, and I'm Amy with ulcseminary.org. Thank you so much.